Looks like we're in for a treat, guys. Google has just given us their Gemini 2.5. This is a big deal because Google is claiming that this is their smartest model yet. Turns out this may be true because they have so far crushed all their opposition. Don't take our word for it. People are already using it to break boundaries by building web apps from online prompts. In fact, it seems to be so great that Nebula, Gemini 2.5 Pro's experimental version, has already been rated as #1 at the Arena leaderboard. Pretty impressive, right? Well, it gets even more impressive than that. Let's take a look at the impressive Gemini 2.5 model. It may change the way we see these AI models forever. Gemini 2.5. One of the first notable things about Gemini 2.5 becomes clear when we take a look at what is known as 2.0 flash thinking. Apparently, this was the first thinking model that made use of reasoning before it gave off its replies. With 2.5, we can't see how Google has taken such an idea further than ever. They did this by upgrading the core, improving the train, and developing the thinking capabilities even more. As such, one can see how it is capable of handling even more complex things, and it can do so without a hitch. Pretty fantastic, right? As such, you can see how everyone is excited, especially after they hear that Google will be implementing these thinking capabilities into all the new thinking models that will come out in the future. With that in mind, we can see how Gemini 2.5 presents the next step in what could prove to be the long-term plan when it comes to their smarter and more context AI. How does this new model perform? Suffice it to say, the Gemini 2.5 model is outperforming the rest of them. Not only that, it is coming out on top of categories such as maths, creative writing, multi-run chats, and many more. Just take a look at how it is beating more established models such as GTP 4.5, Claude 3.7 or O3 Mini. What is even more impressive about this new model is that it's leaving its model behind by a distance. It did so by leaving the competition by 40 points. This is huge not only because of the number, but also because this is the largest margin on this leaderboard ever. Add the fact that it has also claimed a unique #1 spot for handling queries and following instructions, and you cannot be surprised that users on platforms such as Reddit and Twitter have expressed how much they had fallen in love with this amazing AI model. While some users expressed how they were really impressed by how Gemini 2.5 Pro solved this pattern recognition puzzle in about 15 seconds, a rate that is much faster than models such as Grok 3 and Claude 3.7, other users praised the model for being able to create and generate icons in SVG format. This is a massive deal, and as such, it is clear that this is one rather impressive AI model. Let's not forget that many other users have noticed that this model is great when it comes to handling complicated physics simulations. Some of these users have even noticed that it was able to execute one prompt about building a dinosaur game with just a single line prompt. Huge context window. Looking at the situation, some have claimed that the progress of DeepSeek's open source model may have been the catalyst to bring the best out of Gemini 2.5 Pro. Some have even claimed that it accelerated the Gemini 2.5 model so that it can remain ahead of its competitors. One way that it was able to do this by making use of a massive context window. In fact, it's been revealed that it makes use of 1 million tokens, with goals of boosting this number to 2 million. As if this isn't great enough, you'd find that Gemini 2.5 is multimodal. That's right. Not only can it handle texts, it can also handle images, audio, video, and code. Awesome, right? With that in mind, the numbers associated with Gemini 2.5 shows that it is outperforming all the other AI models. Looking at the charts, again, we must point out that it is top on the charts on metrics such as maths. Just look at how well it does on maths benchmarks, such as AIM 2025. The same goes for science, as it seems to top science benchmarks such as GPQA. Even look at how well it did when it was analyzed with the use of humanity's last exam on datasets, designed by a wide variety of subject matter to test the frontier of human knowledge. It did so well that it scored 18.8% without making use of any complicated test time methods. This may not sound so impressive in absolute terms, but you can say that it is state-of-the-art when it comes to language models. What's interesting about this AI model is that when it was released, many expected that it could come with support for a Canvas feature. This seems to be the case because it seems to have special focus on more visual tasks. Unfortunately, users may be a bit disappointed because right now Gemini 2.5 Pro doesn't come with such a feature. That said, they may take some solace in the fact that it seems to do quite well when it comes to coding. Apparently, it is so good that it has been noticed that it does a lot better than Gemini 2.0 when it comes to generating visually compelling web apps, agentic code applications, code transformation, and code editing. Perhaps that is why it did so well on the SWE Bench Verified test. On this forum that has been considered to be an industry standard agentic code evaluations, you'd find that it scored 63.8% with a customer agent setup. Criticism. As great as this model is, it isn't all a bed of roses. Yes, some revealed that they suffered first-time failures when it came to the use of this AI model, but it usually gets over such issues after some persistence. This isn't too unusual because you can see such a pattern in other more established models, such as GPT 4.5 or Claude 3.7. We must also remember that some have found fault with Gemini 2.5 Pro because it has given wrong answers from time to time. Hey, it's called artificial intelligence, not perfect intelligence, so there is bound to be an issue from time to time. It has also been noticed that it may stumble when it comes to tasks that have been considered to be simple by some. Looking to fix some of these issues, some help has come from Google's custom TPUs. With such tools, it is possible to train and run these huge models at a faster and cheaper rate. With any luck, this may prove to Ebb the help it needs to take the AI model to the next level. Free to use. Already we can see how these TPUs are imperative to the running of AI models. For starters, it's the reason we can make use of the 1 million token context for free at this point in time. That said, while we can try Gemini 2.5 Pro experimental for free these days, some users have reported that it reverts to 2.0 from time to time. As annoying as this may be, these same users have also noted that, despite such an issue, the model is rapid. As great as this may be, some other users have complained that they can only make use of these things when they put their VPN on. As confusing as this may be, it hasn't slowed down the spread of the AI model, and with any luck, this spread will push on until it becomes available to all the members of the public. Pricing. Google has announced that there is a chance that it will be supporting production use in the future. They have also revealed that they will release Vertex AI for enterprise projects at this point in time. That said, we can still make use of the AI model for free on AI Studio or in the Gemini app. That said, you can use the latter if you are a Gemini Advanced. The general consensus is that the model is doing well, especially as other models are doing all they can to keep up. For example, the guys at OpenAI are taking things up a notch with their impressive image generation model. With any luck, this would just make the world of AI more interesting, and as such, we cannot wait until we make use of this AI for the betterment of our lives. Truly interesting times wait for us ahead.